Hi everybody, I hope you guys are all having a good week. This is Chrissy again, and this week I'm going to be discussing my refractive error and how it's corrected. So I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of background as far as my ocular history. Um, I am, I have myopia and astigmatism, and then in addition to that, I have a genetic eye disorder called genetic optic nerve atrophy that I was diagnosed with when I was a young child. And also, genetic optic nerve atrophy is a discoloration of the optic nerve, which just basically means like I have a pale optic nerve, like pale in color, which this, affects my distance vision, especially as far as contrast, and I just don't see as sharp as everyone else. And then, in addition to the optic nerve atrophy, a few years after I graduated from college, I made the decision to have LASIK surgery. And this surgery was not to give me 20/20 vision because I've never had 20/20 vision in my life. And it was mostly just because I was really tired of wearing contact lenses. So my refractive error is that I am myopic, and this means that I am nearsighted, which means I have sight at near, but my distance vision tends to be very blurry. And it also means that I have too much plus in my eye, which is funny because you would think having too much plus could be a good thing, but in this case it's not. Okay, so with a myopic eye, it means that the image is being landed in front of the retina. So it just basically means the plus equals too much, it equals convergence, and that the light that comes from that point, the point is in front of the retina. So the light that is coming through, the point that it comes to is that it is where that image is, and it is landing in front of the retina when it should be in a perfect world landing on the retina. And the convergence is the image that's forming in front of the retina. So in order for someone to be able to correct the myopia and correct this type of refractive error, the eye is too strong and it has too much plus. So the way that you're going to correct this error is with a minus lens. So the excess converging power is neutralized by a concave lens. And now I'm going to put on I'm going to show you my glasses to see if you can kind of see what we're talking about as far as a concave lens. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe if I hold it, up this way, you might be better able to see that it is kind of, it is a concave lens, and like my prescription that I have is not very strong because I had the LASIK surgery, and it was only probably about 5 years ago that I ended up, I started to notice my distance vision was being affected again, so the prescription I have now is not very strong, and it's used, I pretty much wear these only for like driving or if I'm going to the movies. So I really like the example that Dr. Kenny gave in the lecture just about if a person is plus 2 diopters too strong. And I'm not exactly sure what my prescription is. I know my prescription is not that strong, or it's not as strong as it was before I had the LASIK surgery. But that in order to neutralize that, we need to make it 0. So if it's plus 2 diopters too strong, you want to put a minus 2 diopters in front of that eye, and that's going to cut down on any convergence or divergence that's happening, and you're going to be able to correct the refractive error, and you're going to be able to see clear at distance again. So as far as astigmatism, astigmatism it just means that the cornea is not perfectly round, and it can have some speed bumps. I like the definition that Dr. Kenny gave, that astigmatism is the difference between 2 points or the 2 meridians. As far as my stigmatism, I have a very mild stigmatism in both of my eyes. And I like the example that she gave just in terms of you know, it's one meridian is plus 3 diopters, and that's at 90 degrees, and it's always talked about in terms of 90 degrees. And that another meridian is plus 2 diopters. And in order to figure out the difference between those two and the difference between the stigmatism, you would do the plus 3 diopters minus the plus 2 diopters, which would be plus 1 diopters of astigmatism in each eye. And in order to correct astigmatism, you have to correct each meridian so that you're able, so that the person is able to see a clear image. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye.